On pause are cuts to federal funding. President Trump has pulled the plug on millions of dollars in federal funding for public health and education, and more cuts could be coming. The House Speaker now wants the governor to declare a state of emergency here in Connecticut. Your chief political reporter, Susan Ralph, is live at the state capitol in Hartford, breaking it all down. Susan?
Kara, the pause today by President Trump on most of the tariffs is being seen as good news because that means, or would have meant, that it would have cost a lot of Americans and people here in Connecticut a lot more money on a lot of things. But one thing that the president has not pulled back on is the cuts in federal funding, and that has created a lot of concern among state lawmakers. In fact, today the House Speaker said he's very concerned. He feels that Connecticut must act, and he's calling on Governor Lamont to declare a fiscal emergency.
There's so much that we don't know that's coming at us on a daily basis that sometimes the best thing you can do is just pause. So would that mean that the guardrails would be changed? Yeah, it does, right? Because that's what the fiscal emergency does. That's what the statute contemplates. But it's not prescribed.
Now, those fiscal guardrails are very important. They were put in place for a number of reasons. The main reason was to prevent lawmakers from spending too much. It also protects the reserve and surplus funds and prevents lawmakers from raiding those funds. But the other thing that it also does is take some of the tax revenue that Connecticut takes in and uses that to pay down pension debt. Now, the House Speaker would like to take a little bit of that revenue and freeze it right now until we know more from Washington. But Governor Lamont said today he is not on board of declaring a fiscal emergency, at least not right now. And coming up on Eyewitness News at 6, what the governor feels we should do and why Republicans also agree we need to take a pause right now and not do anything drastic. Your chief political reporter, Susan Ralph, Channel 3, live in Hartford tonight.
Alrighty.